those, and I'm currently just doing these pieces to fit, and then they will to hold the whole thing together.
Right. It's a different type of flux you use on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a liquid flux. Right. We use tallow.
So that's copper foil.
That's copper foil.
Yes.
And that sticks to the glass.
And then when you're finally happy with your design, if you're ever happy with your design,
colour around the edge that will contrast with this.
So I thought, well, I'll make something else with it, and I just thought of these 3D things.
Now I'm cutting the glass and then I will be grinding it, so I can make something from it. I make angels, glass angels. Okay, and that will be a head once it will be grinded.
So you've done the grinding just now to get the edges smooth.
I had it, now I grind. Once I'm done with grinding, I will be copper foiling it.
Right.
And then that's the end effect. Okay, Tiffany style glass angel.
Right, brilliant. So that's copper foil.
That's copper foil.
Yes.
And that sticks to the glass because you take the backing strip off.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
And that is mated with the other pieces, and then you solder between them.
Would you tell me what you're doing?
Yes, I'm hopefully making a Tiffany style lampshade. So I have to make 6 of this shape. So I have to do this 6 times. So I'm cutting out these shapes at the moment. And like the other lady you saw, I am going to copper foil it. So I cut the shape roughly and then grind it. So I've done those, and I'm currently just doing these pieces to fit, and then they will be copper foiled like that, and then covered with solder, so it will eventually be silver. And then at some point in time I have to fit the 6 together to make a lampshade.
This is leaded around it, so I'm combining the leaded with the copper foiling.
So this is what mine will eventually look like. It will have this copper foil all around it, and it's then soldered to hold the whole thing together.
Right. It's a different type of flux you use on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a liquid flux. Right. We use tallow on the leaded parts.
Oh right.
You can leave it the natural silver colour, or you can get different chemicals, one to change it back to its original copper colour,
Oh right.
or one to blacken it. So I'm probably, because mine's Tiffany style, I'll probably use the blackened one, so it will look more like a leaded glass than copper foil.
Okay, now what have you got here?
Using. And this is a completely different technique. You don't use any of the copper or any of the lead. You start with a base piece of glass, which is clear, and then you pour pieces of glass onto the top, glue them, and then when you're finally happy with your design, if you're ever happy with your design, then it goes in the kiln. And basically the top glass melts down. You may have seen things like glass coasters. That's a technique that's used for glass coasters. And I did do that to start with. I have a very unsteady hand. And I find this gives me a bit more flexibility and freedom to sort of not be quite as precise.
I've got a piece of fused glass that I'm sort of taking the process backwards really, because normally what you would do is make a stained glass and you would design it all first, but because I've got this piece of fused glass which I wanted to use, I am working backwards and now making a design around it. So I'm making my template for what will be my second piece of stained glass.
And at what stage do you apply the colour?
Well, with this, I've used this in a little kiln, which has allowed me to apply coloured glass, and I'm intending to put colour around the edge that will contrast with this. So yeah, it will end up as a leaded piece, a bit like this one over here.
It is a way of using up glass that I got, because I bought this glass and I loved it, and I used it making a terrarium. So I thought, well, I'll make something else with it, and I just thought of these 3D things, because you normally think of glass as, doing flat things. but they're just as sort of doing tea lights or candle tea. It's just a bit awkward sometimes getting them to stand up straight.
I think what these classes do offer, people that have worked all their life and never had the opportunity to just do something for them, it really does give you freedom to come and say, this is my day, or my half the day. And everybody does something different, and everybody goes and looks at what everyone else is doing. And it's a nice class, and just go and try something.